Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, we fully explored the second floor, completing several quests, and now, I think the backyard as well? Yes, and the backyard as well. And now we're ready for the attic, and probably the first floor of the basement in this episode. So, let's get started and head upstairs to the attic. We'll find more difficult quests to complete up in that area. Spiders will be up there. I think spiders are one of the encounters that can possibly kill you if you fail too many of the challenges that they'll provide. Ah, the attic. I'm not often up in the attic. I do try to fit it in. It's a good test to see how well you'll do down in the basement, I suppose. It's a little easier up here than it will be down there. So if we end up struggling, that will be a good telltale sign if we're ready for downstairs. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna farming for experience points doesn't do anything for us anymore. So it's just a matter of trying to get some more Arcana cards into our extra Arcana card deck here before we step on downstairs. And I like this little symbol here. I thought this was a spider at first, but no, this is some sort of Cthulhu-esque squid creature drawn on the floor. And what is an attic observatory? Oh, this is a giant telescope, is what this is. Oh, I thought this was just pipes. Some sort of ventilation system for the house. A group of cultists emerges from the shadows. They seem to be exceptionally stealthy. They must be scouts or guardians for some organized group that has taken up residence here. The group looks particularly dangerous. They seem well-trained, well-armed, by the look of them well-organized. You can't tell exactly how many there are, as they move in a tight formation to hide their numbers. Well, we can probably just annihilate them, all the same. Let's go ahead and carve them up. They may look like the cultist version of ninjas, but they're obviously human, so they will die all the same. 2 face cards, both pentacles. We have 2 aces in our hand. It's an okay hand, I suppose. So what do we want to start with? I wouldn't mind swapping some of our cards with cards that are out in play. So why don't we use Touch of Paralysis to start? We take a hit point of damage for casting a spell. 6 cards can be swapped. I'm going to swap our 2 low pentacles with cards that are on the board. We'll swap the ace as well. And that 3. Hey, okay, we gained the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords from what was out there on the deck. That's nice. We got rid of some of our low cards and got some face cards in return for it. And I think that's probably all we'll have to do. Let's go ahead and start flipping. An Ace of Wands. We only have 1 wand card. 3 of Swords. We'll hold on to our Queen at the moment. An Ace of Pentacles. We will play our King on that just to get rid of it. The Queen can take everything that the King could have taken because we have both in our hand. So I'm more interested in getting some extra points. That's a wand card. We don't have any more wands. Hello, Page of Cups. We'll give you the King. That used to be out here somewhere. 8 of Pentacles. I think I put a 2 out here, so we'll use a 10. A 7. We'll use our Queen now. Ace of Cups. Oh, there was a Knight of Pentacles up here. That's a shame then. And we did put a 2 up there. Okay. Alright, not bad. We won. You won the battle. The cultist bodies lie strewn across the floor. Maybe you can find something useful on them. All those bullets do us no good, and the experience also does us no good. We have nothing to spend it on at this point in the game. You notice a small pile of junk cluttering up a section of the floor. Upon closer examination, you can see an assortment of typical cast-off items, broken pieces of this and that. It doesn't look like much, but it might be worth investigating. I think you can get like a sledgehammer or dynamite or some other miscellaneous equipment from this. Let's give it a search. Oh, this is a nice hand. Quite a few face cards, 5 of them. 2 kings as well. So we should succeed at this challenge. Oh, the attic music is now playing. Almost spoke too soon. No swords cards got used, and we barely got to use our King of Wands. Only 1 wand card showed up, but it was an ace. Still, we did win. You can find the strangest things in junk piles. Just bullets. What is this? Attic room with cage. What were they keeping in this, I wonder? Maybe this is where that child was found from the backyard. That strange Cthulhu creature managed to sneak out through the cage that was up here when the cultists summoned it. Usually there's a pendulum trap somewhere up in the attic. And there might be a hole in the floor that we'll have to find out, discover. Okay, I see a little bit of webbing in this room, so we could have spiders. The floor suddenly collapses under your feet. The floor beneath your feet suddenly gives way without any warning. Is it rotten wood or a trap? You don't even have time to contemplate the question. Jump to the side, grab onto the edge, protect yourself as you fall. These are all equally difficult. Notice the difficulty is 20. It's because we've got almost full stats and 10 cups, so the game is trying to make it as difficult as it can for us. I think we will grab onto the edge. You decide to fling yourself to the ledge that was created when the floor fell away, and then hold on and pull yourself up. I see the King of Wands up there, so we can use Calm Sidestep. Roll 1 bone. Oh, hold on. Do I want to do that? What's in my hand? Okay, we can give the king the 3 of wands. So let's do this. So Calm Sidestep. Roll 1 bone, and then select a not revealed trick card and reveal it. If it's a face card, then add 2 times X to your trick points taken score, where X number of cups rolled. Then draw a card. Oh, that's interesting. This heroic feat requires a cups bone. You can't use a sword bone for it. So I guess the way that feats work is that heroic defensive feats require cups. An actual cups bone. However, combat feats require swords or cups, because I guess they use weaponry. So we will reveal the king, we drew a card, and we add 6 points to our score. We'll just give you the 3. And we drew another page of pentacles. Ace of wands. We'll use our 7. I'll make a guess, or a hope. Make a hope? Yeah, we'll make a hope that there is another face, a better card to use our page of wands on. There wasn't. And no pentacles were up here. Still we won by 10 points. You hit the edge hard with both elbows. It knocks the wind out of you, but you hold on and then pull yourself up. I think this counts as a trap, so we might get an Aura of Fortune. Nope. Another pile of junk. Okay, let's search this one too. This one's tougher, actually. Much tougher. We get less tricks, it looks like, and our target number is higher than the last time. And we have... Alright, we have 2 face cards, both pentacles. Let's hope the King of Pentacles wasn't placed up here. Of course it was. Well, we barely won. We got the target number, so just 2 cards get flipped. Oh, but one of them was an item. A strange vial. 2 uses remaining. It has to go in our cups inventory. Do I want to drop something for it? What does it do? Add 4 points to the lowest stat for the next 10 moves. In case of a tie, the choice is made randomly. Nah, we'll just discard this. I don't need it. Uh-oh. Did I accidentally get rid of one of my abilities for that? I did not. Okay, good. I much prefer all my defensive heroic feats and combat feats, and I like having my items that increase my cup score. So I don't want something that just adds 4 points to a stat. It would be wands in this case for 10 turns. We have to dodge this again, so we will grab onto the ledge again in order to stay where we are. And we see 2 cards visible up here. We'll flip the page to play the knight. And I'm not going to use my defensive heroic feat because I shouldn't need it. And if it turns out that we do need it in the end, which is to say I don't manage to score 2 more points up here somewhere, then I'll go ahead and use our defeat on that King of Pentacles we see scryed. Okay, so we get to stay where we were again. An edge upgrade from that, really? I'm tempted to just step on this over and over and over again to give us the edge upgrade. Oh, hello. Oh! Oh no! I think the game is locked now. Yes, it is. Oh, this sucks. I have to redo all this episode. We got an edge upgrade, but the game didn't let me spawn it on a target. I don't know why that's the case. So, everyone, I'll be back. I have to Alt-Control and delete this. Okay, everyone. I'm back. I redid what we had done earlier. I got far less lucky in any of these encounters than we had previously. Not that it really matters. We didn't really gain or lose anything anyway. I think I know what's happening here. I think this happened to us the last time we played. And I think it's related to having duck and roll. I think, if I recall correctly, duck and roll and the other heroic feat, like there's 2 heroic feats that do exactly the same thing, and I think if you have one of them in your inventory, I think the game crashes whenever you get an edge upgrade, if I recall correctly. We'll keep going. If it happens again, I don't know what to do. I would like edge upgrades, but let's keep going. Let's hope that the game will not be angry at me again, and we can keep playing it. And here's the writhing mass of insects I was talking about last episode. You notice that the floor in front of you seems to be moving. You step closer thinking that it must be some sort of optical illusion. Suddenly, you step on something and it makes a squishing noise. You look down and see a writhing carpet of insects covering the floor. Scattered around the insects are the bones of their victims. We've never seen so many insects together all at once. Waves seem to undulate across an ocean of insects. The patterns are almost mesmerizing. You get a very bad feeling looking at this. It makes you afraid. Your mind is strong. After all, you spent 2 weeks at the odd survival school eating bugs and some other things that you would rather not think about. You count dozens of different species, and you wonder why they could all be gathered here together. The bones indicate a food source of some sort, but you wouldn't expect so many different types. Centipedes, cockroaches, ants, spiders? If you want to keep moving down the corridor, you're going to have to step on or over them. Well, let's try stepping... Wow, and they're equally as difficult. And for the difficulty, everyone, I don't think the game can make it harder than 20. It really probably wants to make it as hard as possible, but I don't think it's allowed to give itself a difficulty that's greater than 20. You decide to keep going and carefully step across the carpet of insects as best you can. We see a Knight of Wands up there. I have no means to deal with that. Do I think the Queen is up here of Cups? Possibly. Page of Pentacles, we have only a 3. You'll note that we've gained 16 points from placing that page of swords, when we should have only gained 3. This is because the Knight of Swords is in our inventory, and this is counting as, I guess, an evade trap challenge. So we get to add that Knight of Swords to our points score. We should, however, still play it, because you earn 1 more point for playing the card rather than just holding onto it in your inventory. You shuffle here and there, careful not to disturb the giant colony. A few try to crawl up your legs to bite you, but they are easily brushed away. Now, I changed this encounter such that if you defeat the insects, if you fail the encounter, will become a new type of encounter instead. A humanoid-looking thing comprised of all the insects. If you defeat that in the normal game, they go back to being this writhing mass of insects. I changed it so that if you defeat that creature, it removes that encounter from the hallway. Spiders are definitely in this room. I'm going to save the game again, everyone, by going back to the main menu. You're going to see me doing this a lot, because now that I'm aware we could possibly have this glitch, I need to save it pretty often, unless I want to redo all this work. Hello, Class 1 Haunting. I think we will get her. I see a page. We have only a 2 of Pentacles in our hand. It's a waste, but we'll play the king to win the challenge. You got her good. Alright, good. Do we get another edge upgrade? 3 experience points. Doesn't help us one bit. You see a strange mechanical man over near the far wall, hunching slightly forward. It looks like it has been deactivated or run out of power somehow. You have heard stories about these things from the old hands at the Odd HQ. Robots, they were called. Apparently there have been attempts by several nefarious organizations, with armies of them, that conquer the world. Well, it is indeed easier for us to replace the battery. You decide to take the battery Benway gave you and swap it out with the depleted one attached to the robot. It looks like it will take a little strength to remove the battery from its socket, but follow Holloway's instructions, and it should be easy. Physical tests, so we should get at least 1 scry here. They're both cups cards. I only have 1 cups card, so we should do this now on the off chance I accidentally flip over like a Queen of Cups or something. So we'll take the 5 to get us 2 points. Ooh, I got lucky in the end with that Queen of Pentacles. We still would have won with the page, but still. I like knowing that we played the Queen in the most efficient way possible. You found the compartment hatch that contains the battery pack and unscrew it. You carefully move the old one and plug it in the new one. Simple as pie. The robot chips in a mechanical voice, "No, will not return to the master," and then runs off down the hall. A clue, -2 target level. You have indications that cultists of some type are active in the mansion. Yeah, no kidding, we have all of these all around here. Okay, let's go back to the main menu so I don't have to redo that as well. Sorry, everyone. I'm pretty sure I didn't cause this problem. I didn't give an edge upgrade to a reward of evading a trap. At least I'm pretty sure I did not do so. I don't remember, though, what I've done, if I'm being honest. It's been years since I first began trying to learn and then modding this game. Giant spiders! You hear the chittering sound and stop dead in your tracks. You know exactly what that means. Spiders. Big spiders. Before you have a chance to back away, you see them scurry towards you. No matter how prepared you think you are, these things are disturbing any time that they appear. Knowing that you could end up cocooned and sucked dry only makes it worse. You've seen photographs of victims recovered from creatures like these. They are not pretty. I don't particularly care about the horror challenge. It's going to be defeating the creature itself that I'm interested in doing. Measuring 4 or 5 feet across, these creatures are on the small side, but from what you have read in the old case files... Oh. Measuring 4 to 5 feet across, these creatures are on the small side from what you have read in the old case files, but it doesn't mean that you should underestimate them. Many of these giant species have fast-acting neurotoxin poisons that can quickly render you helpless. You also notice the extensive web network that covers certain areas of the room. If you get caught up in one of those, you might be in trouble. So I did not add any encounters here, any options to this, so we have to fight it. Thankfully, that's what we're good at doing. It's time for some bug hunting. You remember Rashak, your old drill instructor at the Odd Academy? He always loved a good bug hunt. Decent hand. We have 3 face cards. I have several low cards. Why don't we use Touch of Paralysis again? Oh, and so I didn't even use this. But the reason why we have 4 arcanes is because when I reloaded the game, I encountered a different thing. I encountered skeletons, not cultists. I didn't have to use anything against them. Or I decided not to. So we'll give you the 2s. And that ace. And a 4. I really like Touch of Paralysis because I end up getting so many garbage cards in my hand. It's pretty often, you'll note by now, that I draw, like, my hand consists of 1 face card, even though I've drawn like 15 cards into my hand pretty often. And so I like this spell because I get to take what hopefully are face cards from the board and give the trick board all my garbage. Alright, we might as well play the king here. 9 of cups. Oh, no, we'll use the queen. 5 of pentacles. And we have obviously won. And spiders are one of the encounters where I view it as really beneficial for you to actually go ahead and use spells or whatever you can to make this battle easier for you. You tear the things apart, and soon there are bug legs and guts everywhere. You heard the steps following you about 10 minutes ago. Whatever it was thought that it was being clever. The strange giggling that you heard was a dead giveaway that something was up. You quickly turned to confront it and are surprised to find it just in the act of tapping your shoulder. The creature is truly bizarre and almost comical, but horrifying all the same. Hello, bug juice. You seem to have frightened it as much as it has surprised you, if that's any consolation. Since I am arguably low on sanity, we're 1 point below our max, we will still flip over sanity cards at the moment. The comical appearance of this creature makes it truly hard to be afraid. I don't know, the picture of bug juice that we saw was actually pretty creepy. Yeah, look at this. This does not look like something pleasant. Look at that crazy arm it's got. The creature seems to have an almost corporeal body, but it's still a ghost. You can feel its psychic kinetic energy radiating out from its ectoplasmic core. Without any need for a medium's trance, the ghost communicates with you. You are stunned as much as such vocalization is the most unheard of. Welcome to my neighborhood. Name's Bug Juice. You want to play a game? Bug Juice will simply not stop talking, and he keeps tapping you on the shoulder whenever you turn to go. You want to play a game, huh? It starts to drive you crazy. You have no idea what the game is, but the ghost keeps giggling about it. You decide to nail things down a bit. Bug Juice agrees to go away if you win and give you his most prized possession, but if you lose, you have to give up something of your own and go on a little trip. You wonder what that means. Let's find out. That's an okay hand. I see the 8 of swords here. That gives me a target to use my queen on. Let's begin flipping. And the queen is worth 4. That's 5. Still not enough to win. On the off chance this is the king of... Oh, actually, even if it's a king of swords, we have a two of swords. We can... It was a king, but not a swords. There we go. If I didn't have a two of swords in my hand, I would have flipped the 8 immediately to take it with the queen. Yeah, correct. Because otherwise, I risked flipping this, it being a king of swords, however unlikely that is, and that's losing the queen and then losing the challenge. You win the game. It's a stupid, silly game. The only joy you have is that you cheated, and the annoying ghost doesn't even realize it. You wish it bon voyage. And we don't even get anything for it. Welcome to the attic, everyone. Another locked door. Ooh, only 5 draw for picking that lock. We will definitely bash the door in. We have an 8 of pentacles on the board. We can leave that there at the moment. Now we'll take it, because I'm nervous. So the odds of there being the king of pentacles up here is very low. But it happens more often than it doesn't. Or at least I seem to think that's the case. So we'll use our queen right there. Ah, darn it. Okay. And the page of pentacles was up there. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. The way lies open now. We're going to quickly go back to our main menu just to save the game. Let's look over at the clock. I think this is the thing in the attic. Oh, there's blood in this room too, but not a big pile of bones. A group of dead teenagers. You look down and see desiccated remains of 4 humans littering the ground. Judging by the positions of the skeletons, it looks like they were trying to run away from something. The clothes that they wore are now mostly rags, but they must have been very bright pastels, which you find unusual. Nearby is the skeleton of a dog. This is hilarious. I've always liked this encounter. Thelma, Fred... No, this is Thelma. Thelma, Fred, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby. Those were their names. It's been a long time since I've watched a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Those were god-awful. You might be able to find a clue as to what happened to them. You never know. Let's search. We do not have the queen. Ah, screw you, game. You poke around the remains but fail to find anything. You can tell they were just probably teenagers. You wonder what mystery brought them here to meet such an ignominious end. And we lost 4 sanity for that. More spiders will be in this room. You might as well search it. Malevolent shadows. We shadowbox them. I have a bunch of crap in my hand. Let's use Touch of Paralysis again. Only 1 card. I'll give you the Ace of Wands then. We got the King of Swords from up there. That's very nice. Knight of Wands. We have the Queen, though. That lets us win. Hello, Queen of Swords. Guess what? We took the King from you as well out there on the tricks, so that was well worth it. Here's the Ace we gave you. Not many people are afraid of their own shadows, let alone other people's. I should really touch up that text a little. 5 courage. Let's think here. We will increase whirlwind a bit. I'm probably going to drop duck and roll if I get a chance to do so, knowing that we have this problem. Oh, there's no more spiders up in here? Sometimes you could also find an encased body up in here. In one of the rooms that have webs. There might be one more web room in the attic. Alright, there's a mushroom man in here, and there's the thing in the attic in this chamber. You hear a shuffling sound and turn to face it. You can't actually believe what you are seeing at first. The only way to describe it is that it is a mushroom man, and it is truly horrific. The creature can only be the product of some insane lab experiment. Let's hope all that time playing Grimrock 2 pays off for us here. Well, first off, we're not really afraid of it. You've seen things far worse than this. Heck, the coffee pot at the odd HQ has more fungus on it than this does. Oh, I had a roommate for a while, and he wouldn't clean very often anything. And so he had a rice maker, and pretty often there was moldy, fungy rice in that rice maker. The coffee maker sometimes would have mold in it as well. Disgusting. Very disgusting. All the plants he kept in his room also died. Oh, it was just terrible. Oh my god. It doesn't appear to be particularly fast, but you remind yourself that looks can be deceiving. You are struck by the horrendous smell that must follow the thing around. You hope that there are no spores or anything floating in the air. The creature seems to be covered by fungus. Just your luck. It's a diseased mushroom man. Well, we'll carve it up. The only question you have is sauteed or stir-fried. And I have an absolute hand of garbage, which is usually the case. Sure, let's use shriveled flesh. We take no damage. 5 cards, which must be from the same suit, can be converted to pages. Let's make our cups pages. I thought that was a good idea. Nice! I'm pretty proud about that use of that spell. Well done, Tim. Your efforts take huge chunks out of the creature's rubbery flesh, so it can't go on and topples to the floor. But we don't get anything for our effort. By the way, did I pick up the other clue token? I should have. We didn't! What? I guess it just didn't spawn it. That's interesting. Wait, no. You must have gotten it. Oh, yeah, we did get it. We did get it. Okay. Let's go back to the main menu again. Sorry about this, everyone. The only way the game saves is when you go back to the main menu. It doesn't save at any other point. And you can't just quit from in-game. Not on Rupert mode, at least. You have to go back to the main menu so the game can save itself. Alright, let's do the thing in the attic. You smell death. Not the desiccated scent of moldering bones, but the smell of a slaughterhouse. Then you notice the bones littering the floor. It accompanies the realization that you are being watched. Suddenly, you hear the bones start to rattle, and the creature rises out from under them to stand in front of you. It is eldritch, and it is terrifying. Your eyes widen disbelief as you look directly at the eldritch creature. You can feel an aura of evil radiating from it. That's nice, right? You know that was nice. Held on to the king, and the queen showed up. That was good. That was really good. Your mind is strong. You have seen things and smelled things as bad as this. As bad as this. You remember your assignment in Borino when you stumbled upon a cannibalistic tribe celebrating their most recent victory. That smell never leaves you. More courage. The creature is a sorcerer of some ability. You can feel the energy flowing through it. You remember a briefing about a cult that worships eldritch creatures made of human bones. It seems to have set up its own little snack shop up here in the attic. The creature appears to be encased in some strange exoskeleton. It stands there watching you, waiting. The next move seems to be yours. I think you can allow it to feed on your blood. I don't remember what the result is of it, and I tend just to fight it whenever I get a chance, because I keep meaning to look up what the result is of that in the encounters in the game files, so I don't get killed automatically by doing that sort of thing, but I always forget. In any case, I think this is a nod to the Aqua Teen Hunger Force first season, where there was that horrible creature in the attic. A very friendly creature that would talk, sounded like a down-to-earth type of guy, but it would eat people, and like make art of their remains and stuff like that. It was pretty horrific. We can definitely use sorcery to destroy it. You decide to challenge the creature to a duel using sorcery. You can feel the eldritch energy radiating off the creature. This won't be easy. We see a Queen of Pentacles and a 9 of Cups up there. We have only a 5 of Pentacles. We could make that card into something much less powerful. Let's go ahead and just begin playing. At the moment. A 6. Crap. Oh, there goes my 5 to take the queen. And there's nothing I can do about it. If I wanted to reduce this queen now, it doesn't help me whatsoever. What am I talking about? If I wanted to use the Typhon's Embrace on the queen to reduce it to like an ace, unfortunately now I have no card to use to take that ace afterwards to really benefit from it. So I have to get lucky and draw a card upon casting Typhon's Embrace, and that card would have to be a Pentacles card, which is not likely to be. So no, we just won't bother. Let's use the Page of Wands to help us guarantee the victory, because I have a Queen of Cups and there's a 9 of Cups up here. I know now I can definitely win this challenge. It's a sorcery challenge, Tim. You don't have access to any of your knives. Let's use the Queen of... Any of my knives? We can't use our knife. You won the duel. It was a close thing. You are all singed. You are singed all over by the Eldritch Sorcery that the creature commanded. But in the end, it could not withstand the concentrated focus of your energy. All that is left is a pile of bone ash. Everlasting Chalice. I don't think I've seen that before. We have to drop something for it. It weighs 2 weight. First off, this gives me +2 Pentacles, so I am tempted to keep it. Cleanse Wounds. Use to remove all wound cards and add D6 health points. I think that is worth taking. Now the problem is, what am I dropping for it? Will drop Typhon's Embrace. That's a bit awkward, I know. But I'll probably end up using Chant of Azazoth. Oh. Hold on. So I can't, unfortunately... Can I look at my spells here? Sorcery Battle Dispel. That's Combat Sorcery Battle. Only can use it when I use sorcery. Can use it even when I use my knives. Sorry, when I go into physical combat. I'm not sure. One of these should go, though. Maybe we could drop the Beads of Al-Khadim to keep our spell. But this is also gives us +1 Pentacles. Instinctively, so if we drop, like, Chant of Azazoth, that brings us down to 7. We take the Everlasting Chalice, that brings us up to 9, but then this gives us +1 Pentacles, which brings us up to 10, which frees up another inventory slot for a spell, but we need to drop a spell to do that. So, I think we will drop one of our spells. Let's see. Draw a card, affects multiple face cards. Transforms a single face card into an ace. Let's go ahead and drop Typhon's Embrace. Would then claim this, just a 10, and now we have an extra inventory spot, so we can go ahead and take another spell should we find one later on. The ability to remove wound cards is very powerful, and I would like that option in case we actually do get wounded from the traps that we'll encounter down below. Hello? What is this room? Let's first off save the game. So I can keep my cool spell. Look over at the clock. 21 more minutes. Oh, I was just talking about this. Your attention is drawn to an area of thick spiderwebs that cover the walls and ceiling. It strikes you as odd how strong the strands look. A sudden chill shoots down your spine, and you realize there is human-like form cocooned within the web. Should be an A somewhere in there. That's when you see the movement and hear the distinctive chittering of the giant spiders. You've seen photographs of victims recovered from creatures like these. They're still not pretty. No problem for Sarah. Alright, Sarah, let's go ahead and carve them up. Time for some spider sausages. Hello, Queen of Cups. You just let us win. Thank you for showing up. We have a King of Cups, so that's all we needed to do. We don't have many Pentacles. We can have that. King of Pentacles. Take you. Not a single Wands card showed up there, did it? You almost feel bad for these things, but then you remember the body in the web. The body cocooned in the web has been dead for some time, and most likely sucked dry. You can't determine whether it was a man or a woman. You decide to cut away some of the web that encapsulates the body and see if you can identify it or find anything that might help you. Oh wow, good hand. We have every single knight from every single suit, and we have a king as well of wands and a page of wands. You cut away some of the web fibers, but they come off reluctantly. After a little effort, you can determine that the body was that of an adult male. He was dressed in some type of suit. Suddenly, an air pocket opens up and some objects fall out. They might be help. They might be help. They might be of help. All right, we're not keeping that. I lost my temper when we couldn't keep the edge upgrade. So I was under the impression that the edge upgrade glitch I'm getting was because of the way that one of the heroic feats worked, given that the text for it was exactly the same as another heroic feat, and I thought there must have been some sort of bug or glitch because of that. So I removed the heroic feat from my Cups inventory. Turns out you can right-click on a feat, and you can get rid of it, and you earn 1 experience token if you decide to do that. So I got rid of Duck and Roll. And eventually, after about an hour and 5 minutes of doing this encounter, I got it to spawn another edge upgrade. And the same problem happened. So, I do not know why right now our edge upgrades are glitched. I have done something very humbling. I went and repurchased Occult Chronicles from Cryptic Comet. And I did this because I no longer have a copy of the unaltered game. I had it ages ago. During one of my various computer moves, I copied over only the altered files and not the base game's files, the unaltered version. And now I have gone ahead and reset all the edges to be whatever they were in the base game. It turns out that I actually did quite a bit of alteration to the edges in one aspect in particular. I increased the level for the max level of upgrades many of the edges could have. Most of these edges, after looking at their names and what they did, are edges I probably would never ever select to begin with, but I did make them a little more appealing to try to get you to select them. I also had spent some time editing the talisman upgrades you could take. Do you remember when we took our... where are they? Our Wand of Fire and our Sword of Air upgrades? Where are they? Yeah, here they are. So this one, for example. Well, it turns out that I did quite a bit of editing to the way talisman upgrades worked. I had made it so that whenever you chose a talisman edge, what the game would do is give you a choice among any of the Talisman Edge upgrades. That's not the way the game normally works. Normally, I think it gives you only one type of upgrade. Like, for example, select among which of these 4 talisman types, earth, air, fire, and water, that you would like to have it so that their dismissal chance goes down by 2% per level, or a different type of upgrade would present itself to you. But you couldn't, I think, select to benefit from multiple stat increase edge upgrades whenever the edge upgrade was selected. Okay, listen to me. I'm sounding like I'm a skill you used in this game. All right. Long story short, way too long already. I got really angry, and I have no proof whatsoever that it's not my own meddling that caused this to happen. I'm not going to take it out on the game when I can't be sure that the game deserves it, and even then, the game does not deserve my hatred of it for this. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do the encounter again. And we just read it, so we're just going to go right to searching the body. And I don't have a good hand draw, so we're probably not even going to be victorious in this attempt. Okay, and we were, but we're only going to get like 2 cards. And it was nothing. All right, so that's it. All right, so let's keep going. That sucks. An edge upgrade, another gun. There is, by the way, no guarantee that the game will not still have this problem, because I do not know for sure what is causing the edge upgrade to cause a script error. We have leveled our edges in the past, so I'm suspecting it must have something to do with one of the edges we picked up, or some item we've picked up since we had first begun leveling our edges. And I think the way that would have worked is it would have been everything to the left of the last upgrade I had selected. Is that right? So we know Technique Perfectionist and Sense Danger allowed us to upgrade it. Any edge we took after that might have been the reason why this is breaking. And I don't remember which edges we chose afterwards. It also could still be a heroic feat problem that's giving us our trouble, but I don't know what it is. And I won't be able to tell either. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell. Alright, so let's just keep playing. So we've got enough time where I think we can turn in this quest to the Mad Scientist. And then we'll probably fight the Ghost Tentacles just to try to get some more, like another Arcana card. And then we're done. We'll head down to the basement, and we'll pick up where we left off in the next episode. You decide to tell Ben Holloway about the robot and its reaction after it was given a new battery. You wonder how he will react.
This is an outrage! That mechanical moron, that arrogant automaton, that tin-plated traitor, that fearless Frankenstein. Now show it what the wages of disloyalty are. At any rate, here's your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either.
With that, he disappears in search of his robot. An MK1 grenade. The Hierophant. Okay, that's good. It's very nice to have another Arcana card. Let's look at those. So, that would be here, Tim. You immediately gain 2 to 12 sanity points after this card is used to take a trick. So I kind of view, at this stage in the game, where I'm not really worried too much about my sanity, at least not yet. We're not in the basement. We're not failing horrific horror checks. I view this as a similar fashion to how I view the world, which is to say, it's a card I would easily decide to get rid of and not concern myself about spending it because it's not increasing my stats in any way, like Strength and the Magician are. In the order of importance, it would be the World, the Hierophant, and then the Chariot that I would spend long before I spend Strength or the Magician as an Arcana card. And we get a grenade. It has an encounter for locked doors, and reinforced doors, which lets us lower the difficulty to actually pass them by 7 or 6. And we can also lob the grenade, roll 1 bone, and bump the card values up on all non-face played cards plus X min 1, where X is the number of swords or cups rolled, whichever is higher, and convert 11 pluses into matching face cards. Max is king. Wow, nice. That's all bundled into that one single card. In other words, if you do a battle and you have to put lots of your hand cards up to match tricks, and some of them were very close but didn't quite match, and even your 10s, you've placed a 10 near a face card, you use the grenade, there's a chance that card could be chosen and then leveled up to match that trick and earn you points anyway. That was nice, so I like that. Okay, the ghost tentacles flail out at you, attempting to wrap themselves around you and then seek out your soul. It's an embrace that would leave your body lifeless and cold on the floor, and your essence transformed into some bizarre part of the spiritual food chain. You know that you can fight and even destroy this apparition by channeling and directing your psychokinetic energy, but you have no doubt that failure will be very costly. Oh, this is looking much better for us. We at least have 2 kings in our hand. Some low cards as well, an ace and 2 2s, but 2 kings, we're not likely to fail. And in fact, we have not failed. I'm going to still hold on to our other king. That might be a gigantic mistake, but I'm going to hold on to it. Now I'll spend it. You beat back the ghostly tentacles and crumple them up into a ball. You open up a small ethereal tear in our dimension and stuff the ghostly ball within. Alright everyone, let's head on down to the basement. We never figured out how to interact with this encounter. I don't think... Maybe there's a basement encounter to do it? Or maybe there's maybe the scientist... The Telesrati scientist encounter that I can't do would do that. That took a long time to load. I think, for example, like up close and personal, I think this normally in the game, only gives you 1 use of it. And unfortunately, everyone, the way that the game saves its data to your save file, it preserves the information that from my previous version of... No, up close and personal, Tim. The feat's been working, Tim, but did you have up close and personal? This wasn't the one you started with. You started with a different... You started with Street Fighter. So maybe it is up close and personal causing the problem. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at here, before I got horribly distracted, is that the game saves all of the game data to your save file, which it has to, right? I mean, it's making the entire house for you. It wants to preserve how the house was laid out. But I think it also writes the general information about how all the upgrades and what have you work, and the max level of upgrades you can put in them and so on. Do you want to try this, Tim? Let's try this once. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You see a narrow plank bridging a huge collapsed section of the floor. You test the plank with your foot. It seems sturdy enough. You look down but can't penetrate the darkness below. You see outlines of rubble and debris from the collapsed floor and judge that it is at least 30 feet down. That's a very long way to fall. Speed and decisiveness always win the day. You decide to move quickly and deliberately across the wooden plank. After all, it worked for Julius Caesar at the Rubicon. Oh, did it? Alright, I want to guarantee that we win, so I'm immediately going to use face cards where I can. Oh, but that was a waste. I didn't have to spend the king on that 10. I don't know why I just instinctively did that. We will flip over the ace and spend that there. Yeah, that's why I should have done it. I should have flipped over all the cards before flipping over the 10. It doesn't matter. We won by 11 points anyway. You practically spring across the divide. 1, 2, 3 steps, and you are on the other side. Oh no. I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work, which means I have to redo everything that just happened again. Oh, game. Game, I love you. You're trying to give me an edge upgrade, but I don't think what I've done will have fixed this. Correct. Here's what I'm going to do, everyone. So I mean, there's nothing I can do. I cannot fix this glitch because of the way the game writes its data to the save file. So I'm tempted just to retire at this point, because there's nothing I can do about this. This is going to constantly be something I'm going to be worrying about. I'm going to forget to manually save the game, and I think this is a real detriment to my enjoyment of it. And I can't tell what caused this problem, so I can't even fix it permanently. So I think Sarah Anawa walks out of the house and without completing it. It's just going to be a little too frustrating for me to go through this game knowing that this is a problem that I can't fix. And again, this is a good opportunity for me to remind everyone that I cannot give away my mod because of problems exactly like this. I do not know what is causing this error, and I can't fix it, at least with Sarah Anawa's game, because of the way it writes the save out to the save file. So we're going to throw the hat at this point, I think, and say it was a great game. I had fun playing it. Next year, we will come back and play the game again, because I can record it again. And hopefully we won't have this issue at that point. I'll also spend some time going over every single game file I possibly can, combing it to see where there might have been a problem in applying an edge upgrade. Because I can't find any other place, as far as I can tell, I've fixed the issue, but I can't test the fixed issue in Sarah's game. So again, we'll stop here. Thank you all for watching. And it's such a sour way to end the game, Tim. You could go back here off screen. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do, and we will do that thing. All right. So thank you all for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in this game maybe next year, or maybe the next episode if you guys really want me to do another one, or in the next game, whatever that will be. So thank you guys for watching, and I will hope to see you soon. All right. Or very soon. Maybe see you in the next one. So take care, everyone.